This incident happened in 2014 to a university student named Josh Parker, who lived in the state of Tennessee, USA. Josh had found an affordable apartment in Memphis. The apartment had a slightly old and eerie atmosphere, but the price was very reasonable. At first, everything seemed normal. However, a few days after moving in, Josh started hearing strange noises at night. At first, he didn't pay much attention. He had just moved in and didn't want to appear as a complainer to anyone. What caught his attention the most were the faint rustling sounds coming from his bedroom closet. Initially, he thought it was just mice or old pipes. However, the noises became more distinct over time. Sometimes he could hear whispers, as if someone was speaking inside the closet. Josh struggled to determine whether the sounds were coming from a person or just a rodent. One night, just before going to bed, he heard a distinct whisper from the closet. Josh. His blood ran cold. If someone suddenly called our name in the middle of the night, we would freeze too, wouldn't we? He immediately turned on the lights and opened the closet door, but there was nothing inside. Josh tried to make sense of the sound, but his fear was overwhelming, making it impossible to think clearly. When he went back to check the closet again, he hesitantly and slowly opened the door, only to find nothing once more. After this incident, Josh became unable to sleep at night. He would eventually doze off from exhaustion. But even worse, when he woke up in the morning, he noticed that his belongings had been moved. Sounds terrifying, doesn't it? One morning, when he saw the kitchen knives neatly arranged on the floor, he couldn't take it anymore. He had to talk to the apartment manager. When the manager heard what Josh was experiencing, his face went pale, and he fell into stunned silence. After a long pause, he finally revealed a horrifying truth. Are you ready to hear this? Your apartment's previous tenant had committed suicide right in your bedroom. No one noticed for days. When the police arrived, they found his lifeless body inside the closet. Even though the police investigated the case thoroughly, they couldn't reach a clear conclusion. Josh was utterly terrified. Without a second thought, he decided to leave the apartment. Before leaving, he turned to the manager and asked, "Is there someone else in this apartment besides me?" The manager sighed and replied, "If even the police couldn't figure it out, how could I?" Josh was horrified upon hearing these words. The apartment management had covered up the incident to keep it from becoming public knowledge. Even more terrifying, Josh decided to investigate on his own. Gathering his courage, he entered the apartment and began searching every corner as thoroughly as possible. When he opened the closet once again, he noticed something he hadn't seen before: a message carved beneath the wooden paneling inside. A chilling silence filled the room as Josh leaned in to read the eerie words. "I'm here, and I will never leave." As Josh read the eerie message, a wave of dizziness overwhelmed him, and he lost consciousness. When he finally came to, darkness had fallen. For him, this darkness was either just another nightmare or his final night alive. His relentless investigation had likely enraged whoever, or whatever, was lurking in the apartment. And that was very bad news for Josh. Gripped by fear, he moved toward the kitchen, grabbing a knife for protection. He scanned the room cautiously, knowing that whatever was hiding here was aware of him now. With all the courage he could muster, he slowly approached the closet, the place where he had first heard the sounds and seen the message. He opened it carefully, inspecting every inch. And then, he found it. A hidden passage. It was a cleverly designed trapdoor leading down to the basement. The craftsmanship was impressive, almost invisible to anyone who wasn't actively searching. Josh realized he was on the brink of confronting whatever had been tormenting him. Clutching the knife tightly, he descended the stairs. The air grew thick, and a putrid stench filled his nostrils, the unmistakable smell of decaying flesh. Panic clawed at his chest. Should he turn back? But it was too late. Even if he fled, he had already enraged whatever was hiding here. His chances of survival were now slim to none. As he stepped onto the basement floor, he scanned the room. There was no movement, no signs of life, only corpses. Josh edged closer. The bodies belonged to two men. Why only men? Did the killer target males specifically? Did they enjoy terrorizing men before ending them? Josh didn't wait to find out. Heart pounding, he raced back upstairs, grabbed his jacket and shoes, and bolted out the door, never looking back. That night, Josh had no idea where he would stay and kept looking over his shoulder. The suspect could appear at any moment. Psychologically shattered, he was completely lost on what to do. His only option was to call the police. He needed them to take him somewhere safe, to help him start over in a secure home and regain a sense of normalcy. After that night, every new tenant who moved into the apartment fled within a month. But no one has ever figured out where the whispers Josh heard were truly coming from. Can you guess? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's solve this mystery together. I'll be waiting for your theories.